What's going on? Let's talk Rocket League. Before we get into this episode where I talk about a whole bunch of tips, let's talk about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by AOEH.com. For cheap Rocket League items, make sure to check out the link in the description below. Use H2K for a 6% discount on any items. Get the items you want at a great price. Also, if you have a lot of items just laying around in your inventory, check out their website. Your items might be worth a lot more than you think. This is totally safe, totally legit. Let's get back into the video. What's going on? I figured I'd just do like a tips video where I just talk about tips. So in this video, I'm gonna go through as many tips as I can think of, and I'm gonna talk about mechanics. It's gonna be a mix up of things that I can think about in training. So hope you guys enjoy this video. It's gonna be a little bit different than a tips for twos or a regular tourney video. So hope you enjoy it. Let's get right into the gameplay. Alright, so if you're not too sure what to do in training, what I like to do is, first of all, practice flicks. And the way you practice flicks is by just simply getting good at this exercise here. I talked about it before. Don't use boost and just feather that gas and stay under the ball. When you're comfortable, then you can incorporate like a backflip, and then after you backflipped it, catch it. I mean, that's a really cool, fun exercise to do. Boom, catch it. There you go. Okay. Do different flicks. I mean, different flicks are useful at different opportunities or different moments, right? So let's say there's an opponent like right in front of me. The backflip flick is an option. You can use that boom flick if you know how to do it, right? So the boom flick is the Jazer flick, something like that. It's like a flip cancel. That's the boom flick, I think. Something like that. It's when the ball just goes boom off your hood. I like to chase it and hit some boomers. What people do often is like flip for nothing. In the lower ranks, it's like when you guys learn to double jump, you think you have to double jump all the time. You don't have to double jump all the time, but a self-setup double tap for me is like the most important kind of double tap, because this happens so many times in game where you set yourself up for a double tap, right? And if you can't do the double tap, then air dribble. I mean, that was pretty clean, and that might have worked because you're adding in a lot of spins. So I didn't learn how to do a flip reset until I didn't even learn how to do a flip reset, or I didn't incorporate flip resetting into my game after I got GC. Like, I got GC in season 8, and I didn't start using flip resets till like season 13 or 14, just to let you know. And it's not like I have 100 flip reset goals in my career at all. I probably have, I don't know, 30 to 40 flip reset goals in ranked matches, right? So depending on where you are in your mechanical training, sometimes just driving around and training is like a super important thing. Let's talk about half flipping. People underestimate how much the half flip is important, because a half flip is a flip cancel, right? It's a flip cancel. Now, the faster you can do the flip cancel, the more aim you have. Like, I barely move there. And half flipping, it's not like just the back half flip. There's like, back half flip, front half flip, back half flip, front half flip. But nobody talks about like diagonal half flips, like to get at it, to recover in different areas of the field. Okay? Use it to adapt. There's diagonal half flips that nobody talks about. Right? Speed flipping is like an essential in pro gameplay now. Right? So the speed flip is basically 2 flips in 1. And it shows a lot on a kickoff. Kind of like a diagonal flip cancel to non-cancel. You like cancel it and you uncancel it. That's what a speed flip is. And if you don't do it fast enough, you're never gonna get that speed flip, right? If you play a lot of ones, you want to get good at those bounce dribbles. I mean, bounce dribbles are an essential part of Rocket League. And bounce dribbles set yourself up for flicks, and they set yourself up for a lot of things. Also, like in a lot of some videos that I do, especially about flicks, everyone's like saying he missed the net. If I'm trying to hit the net, there's a different flick that I'll use if I'm trying to hit the net. There I was trying to hit the net, I hit the top corner. But like if I'm flicking like this, I'm not trying to hit the net. I'm just trying to show you that you don't have to use a flick doesn't mean a shot on net. Flick doesn't mean a shot on net. A flick can be a pass to your opponent. I mean, a flick can be a pass to your teammate. A flick can be a way to just get around someone with a pop. Delayed flicks aren't always used to, like, you know, put the ball in the net. Also, if you're bounce dribbling, nobody talks about this as well, but it's good to bounce dribble sideways so you can incorporate power shots and fakes. Right? You could do a bunch of stuff in training. If I go to my ranked matches, I'm 1560. I did lose a game before, so I might be 1550. Anyways, the season just started, so at the beginning of the season, if you're wondering why you can't rank up or the beginning of the season is harder, it's because some people aren't supposed to be where they are because they might have won a couple matches by getting carried, and some people aren't supposed to be where they are because they're like pros and they're supposed to be higher up. But like a guy like me who doesn't play a lot, if I get matched with like a champ 3, a low champ 3, or a low GC, I'm gonna get upset because they're just not on the same page as someone that's used to playing in the 1600s or the 1700s, right? So mixing and matching is hard. I recommend doing the beginning of the season with someone that you know that's of your rank, or else you're gonna get super mad and annoyed at your teammates. Alright, so at the beginning of the season, just try to play with someone that you know. It makes it so much easier. If you're the type of guy that likes to solo queue like me, then you're in for a lot of anger unless you just play with like any emotion. An emotionless Rocket League player like AJ, you know. Or this guy just plays, win or lose, he'll just play again and again and again. That's fine. We'll say to play 1v1s to get better at Rocket League. Absolutely. You don't have to, but if you want to get better at reading people, ones is the way to go, guaranteed. If you guys want to get good at double tapping and understanding how to read double taps, don't forget that the ball leaves a trail, right? So often we forget that the ball actually has a ball trail, and a good thing to look at when you're double tapping is the ball trail. So just pay attention to that when you're trying to play. If you're having trouble like following the ball after your aerial or after you hit it, then you're lacking what I call aerial recoveries. So aerial recoveries are basically just your adaptation to where the ball is flying on the field, right? Notice how I'm just having fun with, just having fun in training with the ball. Often or not, no one talks about the side flip flick, but I like to use the side flip flick to get around an opponent, not necessarily to take a shot. If you incorporate a Sathu side flip flick, right, where you turn your car, then you can take a shot with it. But if you're just trying to get around an opponent and you want to have control after that touch, the side flip flick is the only flick that doesn't add speed to the ball. Do it properly. I'm still ball speed even after I do a side flip flick. If you do a back flip flick, it actually stops the ball from going forward. Front flip flicks, depending on which one, there's different kinds. There's like the quick flick. What I want to talk about as well. So yeah, for front flip flicks, depending on where you put the ball on your hood, there's different kinds of front flip flicks, and there's different ways you want to front flip flick, right? So people don't really recognize that someone that's front flipping the ball like this actually wants to flick it like that because he wants a recovery, and then someone that flicks it like this, right? Or someone that just flicks it like this, they're probably taking a shot, right? So it's a different kind of front flip, but depending on the positioning of the ball on your hood, you get a different kind of reaction to the ball. That flick there was the diagonal flick that you usually use to get the top corners on the side of the field, right? So if I'm going here and I want to hit the net, a lot of people don't think that I can hit the net, but I can actually hit the net. Or trying to fake your opponents out, don't always go for that big aerial play. Pop it back down and go for that power shot. That works often or not in all the ranks, I swear to God, because everyone's always expecting to get ready for like the big slow aerial play, like, oh my God, an aerial, you know. And have fun with custom training. Go through them, just have fun with them. You'll eventually find one that you like. Kevbert, this guy, this is my mentor here, right? So they just set you up in plays that actually happen in game. You're not gonna do this in game, right? In game, you're not gonna go, in your real game, you're not gonna set it up like this, go for that big backboard play, try to get the reset, you know? It happens, you see those clips, but in game it's gonna be more like, okay, the ball is here, boom, shoot it in the low corner, and let's get the goal and move on. Let's get that rank up, right? Alright, so if you go for the big play on the double tap, chances are you're gonna miss both sides, and just adapt, right? To get there, as soon as the ball crosses the crossbar, you want to be there. Don't let the ball fall too low, because don't forget you have opponents. So just put your mindset into the gameplay when you're doing training packs. Don't just do the training because you're doing the training. Alright guys, I'm H2K. Hope you guys enjoyed my tips to help you out in Rocket League. They're not really tips for any specific rank, they're just random tips. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out.